All right, so what are we doing? Oh, Nelly. Oh, baby Jesus, help us. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. So, if you're a truck mechanic, especially you heavy equipment guys, when you first get started, if you weren't trained to weld, if you weren't taught to weld, you gotta either call for the welder to come bail you out, or you gotta try to do it on your own. Sometimes you look like a clown, and a lot of times you're somewhere in between. Normally speaking, a lot of guys don't like to show people how to weld. It's just the way it is. They don't. You're taking their job away. That's how they look at it. By the way, helmet holding out, fantastic, no complaints. So long time ago when I started learning how to weld, one of the old timers gave me some great advice. He said, build you a pit, build you a barbecue pit. And I'm like, okay. And you learn how to weld. But the best thing about a pit is if you get a thin metal pit, you can learn from it. You get a thick metal pit, you can learn from it too. So if you're one of these guys, you're caught between no one wanting to help you, everyone feeling like you're going to take their job, they teach you how to weld. There's enough videos on YouTube, there's enough people out there putting this information. Back when I was doing it, I got very fortunate that one of the old timers had sympathy for me. And the other thing was that I was the only one that could be reached any time of the day, 24/7, because I was on call. So a lot of these guys, managers just caved in and said, we're gonna have to teach this guy how to weld. The truck had a welder, the torch. Torch is not too hard, right? Just don't get near anything flammable. And you learn real quick, because a torch will burn you bad. And you learn, first thing you should always learn is, anytime you're messing with a torch, leather gloves. Welder, leather gloves. Before you do anything, you have to learn how to work with gloves on. You will save yourself a lot of problems, especially you guys that for whatever reason you have to have your fingerprints. I'm not going to go any further than that, but you guys that have to have fingerprints, you will lose fingerprints, and sometimes they don't come back. So gloves, if you're grinding, gloves, these will be okay, but you just have to train yourself. As soon as the leads come out, as soon as that welder fires up, the gloves are on every single time. You have to learn how to work with the gloves. Again, the Miller, fantastic, no complaints so far. There's always tomorrow. But I thought I'd make a quick video. I'm actually messing around with my pit, and the pipe that I'm messing with has a lot of rust in it, but it's a 6-inch pipe. And sometimes it's good to revisit on how to, I don't know if you can see it. There's a hole there. That's about all that's left. But this whole side right here was just full of holes. So we had to come in patiently and just fill them in, because the pipe is got some rust in it. So you guys, especially you youngsters that are trying to learn how to weld, you have to invest time, you have to invest effort, and you have to look for guidance. Luckily for you guys these days, there's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's all these resources you can go to. Back when I started, there was no resources. There was just hope someone would have mercy and teach you something. Okay, kind of a little project, thought I went long, but anyway, hey, leave a comment. Tell me how you learned how to weld. Thanks.